We're talking political content creators in Canada. So let's jump right into it.
I've heard again and again that the left eats itself, and you know what? I'm starting to believe that that's true. Everyone says they want change, but when somebody makes a mistake, you silence them, expecting perfection like it's a prerequisite for growth. You say you want growth, but you punish every step, every stumble, every flawed attempt along the way. You talk about healing, but punish those that aren't healed yet. Talk about allyship, but demand that it be flawless and fluent and phrased perfectly right from the first breath. You weaponize tone, you rewrite intention, you burn the bridge down, and then act surprised why nobody's coming across.
Before I get into my breakdown of this, I want to show you another video.
Speaking as a young man who, as a younger man, fell pretty hard down the alt-right pipeline and had to claw myself back out with the help of friends, loved ones, mentorship, and education, I cannot stress how easy it is to be right-wing. You do not have to use your brain or critical thinking skills for a second. It is the most comfortable ideology to have. I distinctly remember it. I distinctly remember how comfortable it was to be able to blame everything that was wrong in my life on a group of people that had nothing to do with me that I didn't know. Your life is so comfortable and you feel so good about yourself when everything else going wrong in the world is the fault of radical feminists, black people, ethnic minorities, other ethnic minorities, trans people, etc. It is so easy. It is so comfortable. You're doing politics on easy mode. Don't get me. All of your talking points, your whole mindset is based on misinformation and prejudice. But it's so comfortable. That is why it appeals to so many people, especially those who do not have a huge amount of education. It is an easy baby's first way to understand the world because all it is just blaming other people for everything that's gone wrong in your life.
You find that I've unfollowed you. This is why. I've unfollowed quite a few of you in the last few weeks because I have no interest in being a part of who is the most pure.
I don't know if you've ever heard of white girl feminism, but this is it. If you are going to make the choice, the decision to come on the internet and make content about politics, that is a choice you are making as a grown adult, which means that if you say something, you take ownership over it. The infantilization of grown men, specifically grown white men, is the problem. The left is not eating the left. There is a hierarchy that exists within all of our political systems. And at the very top of it is cis, straight, white men. And this goes as far back as John A. Macdonald, the man who started residential schools, who said, and I quote, "To give the right to Indians would take away from the rights of white men." White men. When white men enter marginalized groups and spaces and speak on behalf of groups and spaces, but aren't educated on those groups and spaces, they are trying to enact a power structure. You yourself are trying to enact a power structure. You are trying to coddle grown white men who have the same access to information as the rest of us. As you said, it's very simple. In part of her video, she was like, and I'm going to talk to them and they need to be accountable and they need to say I'm wrong and I'm sorry. And they do. But you are excusing it on behalf of marginalized communities. You don't get to tell marginalized communities how to feel about their marginalization. That's not something you get to decide. Or police. And you said tone policing, as if tone policing isn't what's being done to marginalized groups while addressing these men who said harmful things. Me and white supremacy. It's a workbook. The purpose of this work is not for you to end up living in shame. The purpose is to get you to see the truth so that you can do something about it, no matter how bad it feels to wake up to the pain and shame and guilt of your racism. Those feelings will never come anywhere close to the pain that BIPOC experienced as a result of your racism. So instead of getting stuck or overwhelmed, channel those feelings into action and change. Talking to a friend, family member, support group, therapist, or coach will be helpful in supporting you to process what is coming up for you so you can keep moving forward. Challenging emotions like shame, anger, grief, rage, apathy, anxiety, and confusion will come up for you if you're doing this work deeply. Don't run away from those feelings. Feel the feelings, which are an important human response to racism and oppression. It is an important part of the process. When you allow yourself to feel those feelings, you wake up. You rehumanize yourself. You start to realize that you weren't feeling these feelings before because you had shut down a part of your humanity in order to participate in white supremacy. supremacy. White supremacy purposely numbs you to the pain that your racism causes. Doing this work brings back the real feelings of pain of what committing racism actually feels like physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Audre Lorde said, "Revolution is not a one-time event. Anti-racism work is not a 28-day journey. It is a lifelong practice. It requires your lifelong commitment to anti-oppression. This is not like reading a personal growth book, attending a spiritual retreat, or going to a wellness conference. There is no feel-good reward at the end other than the knowledge that you are doing this because it is the right thing to do. You will not be congratulated for it. You won't get any ally cookies for it. You won't be celebrated for it. You will have to learn to wean yourself off the addiction to instant gratification and instead develop a consciousness for doing what is right even if nobody ever thanks you for it. Besides, there is no greater reward than being in integrity with your values and living your life in such a way that makes it the world a better place for now and the future." Imagine if we said to slave owners, it's okay if you're just like a little bit racist. It's okay. As long as you're not like doing those certain things. As long as you're not doing those certain things. Like, what if we just like peel it back a little bit? Like, we have to be understanding towards the slave owners because like they don't know any different. Like, stop applying it to your specific situation with specific people that you feel an emotional attachment to and look at this from an outside lens. It is intellectually lazy. It is emotionally lazy to say, "Woe is me," when people are holding you accountable. And your desire and these men's desires to speak over every single marginalized group that is coming forward and saying what they are saying is problematic is your superiority complex. You need to detach yourself from the fact that you're a white woman and you're white men. Because when I go to your comment sections, every single, almost, I would say, I saw one person of color in your comment sections agreeing with what you're saying. And that in itself is problematic. The reason the left keeps eating the left is because you're speaking on behalf of people you don't know enough about. You have not decentered yourself from the conversation. Neither has the men. Haven't decentered their maleness either. And then they're going to say that these women are overreacting, they're acting like children, and let's see how the other side is acting, not like children.
Harden the fuck up. Seriously, all of you. I don't care about the misgendering, I don't care about any of that other shit. Harden the fuck up, be adults, have conversations with each other. Not over videos. Message each other. Fucking call each other. I don't care. Just talk to each other and learn each other's side of the fucking story. This attacking each other is such fucking high school drama bullshit. I'm fucking 42 years old. I'm too old for this shit, and I'm staying out of it aside from this video. But you guys need to have direct fucking conversations with each other.
Everyone else is being too childish. They're not handling it correctly. So I'm going to make a video not getting involved, yelling at everyone and telling them that they need to handle it better because they're all children and I'm so much better. I'm the emotionally regulated adult man yelling on the internet. The irony is not lost on me. I don't want to talk to any of you. This is why I've said so many times in the past that I find it so odd. I went to university for political science. I find it very odd when I have people coming up on my For You page identifying themselves with political parties. Because a lot of you are starting to sound like the right. You say left, but you're being intellectually lazy and disingenuous. That guy's just, I don't care that they did that. I don't care. Clearly, we see that. I get that. I get that impression that you guys don't care about the marginalized groups that are saying things. I get it. I understand that. I feel like they understand that too. And that's why everyone's going, hey, this is problematic. And not only that, but no one owes anyone a sit-down conversation about the issues at hand because we're all adults. And you are making content. That's a choice. You're an adult. You're choosing to make content about these specific things while coming from a place of not being educated on those topics. There's a lot. I will never talk about being an advocate for disabilities, not because I don't care about the disabled community, but because I am not equipped to have those conversations. And there's far better people than me making content about it. You guys act like someone's putting your feet to the coals and saying, post videos or else. You're an adult. It's a choice you make as a grown person. My last little thing here. Oh, cancel culture this, cancel culture. Cancel culture doesn't exist. Be so for real. There's a guy on a world tour right now making music who internationally people know that his girlfriend. Tana Mojo, a whole podcast called Cancel because she's been canceled how many times? Cancel culture isn't real. people decide not to align with you and they realize your values don't align with them. That's not cancel culture. That's accountability.